Hello friends, welcome back. Today we are starting with the next chapter. The name of the chapter is An Alien Hand, which is the last chapter of your supplementary book. This is a chapter which is basically written by Jayant Narlikar and it's a very interesting chapter. It's basically a fiction. Fiction is the genre where you see it's an imaginary story, right? So just try to imagine along with me and then you will be able to understand the story very well. Just picturize the whole story. जैसे the way I'm telling you, the way I'm narrating the story, just make a picture of the story and try to understand it. I hope that you will understand it really well. Okay, so starting with the beginning, what happens is यहाँ पर होता है एक टिल्लू. टिल्लू is a boy, right? So he's a young boy and we are going to study about टिल्लू, his parents and where they live. So basically वो एक surface of planet के underground रहते थे. The planet is not mentioned what the planet really was. So we'll read about टिल्लू. Let's begin. So he was a young boy who lived with his parents beneath the surface of a planet. वो underground रहते थे, right? Keep that in mind. टिल्लू had always heard and read about the suns and the stars, but he had not actually seen them. उसने कभी भी देखा नहीं था suns और stars को, बस उसने पढ़ा था उनके बारे में, right? Actually में नहीं देखा. The way we can see actually suns and stars every day, he was not able to see them, right? Because वो underground रहता था. Now talking about टिल्लू's father. टिल्लू के father कौन थे और क्या करते थे? We are going to study about that. So वो हमेशा टिल्लू के father रोज एक passage के through अपने काम पर जाते थे. He was like it was his daily routine. वो same passage से daily जाते थे and टिल्लू always wanted to follow his father. वो हमेशा चाहता था कि मैं अपने father के पीछे पीछे जाऊँ उस passage से, right? One day टिल्लू's father enjoyed a siesta at home, which means a small nap after the lunch. So he enjoyed that at home. That's when टिल्लू got hold of his security card and managed to escape. When his father had his lunch and took a nap, so what happened? टिल्लू ने उनका identity card उठा लिया और उसने उसका फायदा उठाने की कोशिश किया and he just imagined कि यार if I take this identity card and if I make through that passage, तो क्या पता मैं surface of that planet पे पहुंच जाऊँ and it will be so amazing for me. It was in his head, right? So he actually did that. उसने अपने father का identity card ले लिया. Moving on, टिल्लू made his way through the forbidden passage. Forbidden passage मतलब जहाँ पे किसी को भी आना हर बंदे को allowed नहीं था. Only his father was allowed there, right? But a metal door barred his entry, which means a metal door stopped his entry. Like वहाँ पे एक metal door था. Just imagine along with me. You see, टिल्लू was going and there was a metal door जिससे उसकी entry बंद होगी, right? But what happened? टिल्लू को याद आया कि वो अपने father को जब भी देखता था ना तो क्या होता था? He used to see कि उसके father एक कार्ड को swipe करते थे एक जगह पे. So he finally managed out that there was a slot और उसने magical card, that was the identity card. उसने उसको swipe किया and that's how the gate opened, right? A well lit passage, मतलब the lighting was really good. Well lit passage welcome him. उसको लग रहा था जैसे उसको वेलकम कर रहा है वो पैसेज. टिल्लू started his march along a gentle upward slope which led to the surface of the planet. So just imagine वहाँ पर ऐसे एक slope था and he started his march over there because he was thinking that he will ultimately reach to the surface of the planet. Just imagine it, right? So what happened next? टिल्लू was so excited. Why was he excited? Because उसने suns और stars कभी नहीं देखा था. He was so excited कि आज या तो मुझे sun दिखेगा if it was the daytime, नहीं तो मुझे stars तो दिखेंगे because if it was night, there's no other option, which he had heard and read so much about. So he was very excited, but alas, that wasn't to be. But what happened? He was not able to make up to it. Why? Now, what happened? टिल्लू had underestimated. उसने बहुत underestimate कर दिया था वहाँ की security को कि मुझे तो कोई पता ही नहीं चल रहा है. I mean, किसी और को मेरे बारे में पता नहीं चल रहा है. And I am traveling that passage. I'll soon reach the surface. उसने underestimate कर दिया था. But what happened? Invisible devices थे उस passage के along और उन devices ने basically क्या कर लिया था? Detect कर लिया था टिल्लू को और उसकी picture आ गई थी उन devices में. And फिर that picture was sent to the Central Bureau. That was again the controlling room of that area, right? Gently but firmly, what happened? He was escorted. उसको वापस छोड़ दिया गया घर टिल्लू को. That's where his dream, shattered. उसको था कि मैं surface of that planet पे जाऊँ and देखूँ कि वहाँ पे stars है या क्या है. But his dream was shattered. He was not able to make it up. to that dream. His mother was anxious and angry. जैसे हमारी mothers होंगी obviously एक ऐसी जगह पर जाना which is not secure for you, because वो underground इसलिए रहते थे कि जो planet का upper area था ना, that was not worth surviving. वहाँ की conditions बहुत खराब थी. The person could even die because of the amount of coal that was there, right? The temperature was very low over there. So his mother was basically very anxious and angry. Like हमारे मम्मा भी हो ही जाएंगे ना if we are going to some place which is not safe for us, right? So same happened. His mother was very angry, and while he was being scolded, अब उसकी just imagine the scenario, उसके mom उसको scold कर रहे हैं, and his father interrupts and he says, let me explain to him, darling. This is what his father says. Said his father, who had just got up. He's got up from his nap, right? So these are the wordings which his father said, and he said that, listen Tillu, I work on a surface where an ordinary person cannot survive. So he began to explain कि मैं ऐसी एक surface पे काम करता हूँ जहाँ पे एक normal इंसान survive नहीं कर सकता. Why? Because of the air is too thin to breathe. वहाँ पे the air is very thin, right? And where the temperature is so low as you would even die to death over there. So these are the things which his father explained to him. टिल्लू को उसके father ने बताया, because again if your father was going through a passage through the same way every day, you must be also very curious about it. So इसी तरह टिल्लू was also very curious, right? So टिल्लू said that, but daddy, how do you manage to survive? He's asking that if anybody cannot survive, how are you surviving over there? So उसके father बताते हैं that I go well equipped over there, and he also have a special suit. These are the wordings of his father, right? I can keep warm and my boots are specially designed. उसकी equipments ही ऐसी होती थी to make it easy for me to walk on the surface of it, right? So what happened next? Let's see. Tillu's father told him that he was being trained to survive and work on the surface. Of course, if you're working at somewhere, which is not beneficial or which is not worth staying for anybody else in the same circumstances, तो आपको proper training मिलती है. तो इसी तरह उसके dad उसको बताते हैं that I have got proper training for this, right? So there was a time, now this is when his father tells, just imagine, अब उसके father उसको सारी story explain कर रहे हैं कि basically वहाँ पे हुआ क्या था. So there was a time, this is his father speaking, that when his forefathers lived on the surface quite naturally, there was a time when everything was okay. Indeed, they did so for millennia. बहुत सालों तक ऐसे ही चलता रहा, but times changed. There came a change. What was the change? The very sun which had provided us with sustenance turned hostile. Like वो हमारे against हो गया था sun. मतलब sun में बहुत variations आ गए थे. It changed only slightly. Who changed slightly? The sun. There was few changes in the sun, but those slight changes was sufficient. That slight change was sufficient to upset the balance of nature on this planet. So this is what his father was explaining him. So later on his father explains and adds more to it कि क्या हुआ था, so that टिल्लू को अच्छे से समझ में आए. So उसके father ने बताया कि सबसे पहले क्या हुआ, birds extinct होगी because of the temperature, right? The animals followed. उसके बाद birds के बाद animals extinct होगी. उसके बाद the fish couldn't even bear anymore, right? So these were the areas जहाँ पे सब extinct हो रहे थे और इस order में. We managed to survive here. We means टिल्लू's father is saying कि हम सब manage कर गए ये survive करना because of the technology. वहाँ पर technology बहुत थी, but we were forced to live underground under artificial circumstances or conditions. So this is what he was explaining, that we somehow managed but because of the technology, but that's why we are living underground. So he explains further that thanks to the solar energy, we can generate sufficient power to make our lives comfortable, but the machines which make this possible must always be in good working condition. So यहाँ पे एक introduction होती है machine की. टिल्लू के father बताते हैं कि ये सब solar energy को convert करने के लिए, technology को use करने के लिए, we have machines, right? And इन machines को भी एक good condition में होना चाहिए. So that's when his father explains him. वो उसको reveal करते हैं कि I belong to the team. मैं उस team में काम करता हूँ जिसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि जितनी भी मशीन्स हैं उनको चेक करना और उनकी रिपेयरिंग का ध्यान रखना. सो दैट्स वेयर टिल्लू थोड़ा रिलैक्स हो जाते हैं. उसके फादर उसको सब कुछ बता देते हैं कि वो ऊपर कैसे जाते हैं, क्या करते हैं. तो उसके फादर ने उसको बता दिया दैट आई एम इन चार्ज ऑफ दैट टीम हु लुक्स आफ्टर द मशीन्स, राइट? सो आई होप इट्स क्लियर टू यू. एंड मूविंग ऑन, व्हाट हैपेंस नाउ, द सीन चेंजेस. अब यहाँ से उसके फादर ने उसको एक्सप्लेन कर लिया, अब सीन 2 आ जाता है. नाउ द सीन इज नेक्स्ट डे टिल्लू's father went to work. Again he went to work. He found the control room full of excitement. Again the control room was full of excitement. People were crowded around the big TV screen. उनके control room में क्या होता था, एक बड़ी सी TV screen होती थी, right? And you know, people were crowded over that screen. The conference room was unusually quiet, which means कि ज़्यादातर वो quiet नहीं होता था. Unusually quiet मतलब it was only that day that the conference room was quiet. Then the president made an announcement. So out of all the people gathered there, standing there, President था एक, उन्होंने announcement की, 2 spacecrafts are approaching us. One is in fact orbiting our planet while the other is still far away. We guess they are coming from our neighboring planet. How should we react? Number 1, your views please. So first of all, these were the wordings of the president. President ने बताया कि ऐसे ऐसे spacecrafts आ रहे हैं. What are your views? So number 1, here's an imaginary person again. Just imagine here's the president और उसके सामने बहुत सारे लोग खड़े हैं. वो एक number 1 से पूछता है. Number 1 उसने एक बंदे का नाम दिया है. That is again imaginary, right? So उसने पूछा number 1, what is your view? So number 1 was the person who was in charge of defense. So उसने बोला, and also he was known for his courage and wisdom. Number 1 was the person that was known for it, right? So number 1 advised that if we wish, we can totally destroy these spacecrafts with our missiles. उसने पहले बोला कि अगर हम चाहें तो हम ये spacecrafts को मिसाइल के साथ destroy कर देते हैं, right? But इससे you know we won't look very wise according to this. So he wanted that you can just wait and you know we can make them unoperational right when they arrive. Right, but should they land can render them ineffective. उसका मानना था कि एक बारी वो spacecraft land हो जाए उसके बाद हम उसको ineffective कर देंगे. Our reports say that they do not contain living beings, they only have instruments. So this was number 1 explaining and you know reasoning his point कि हमें ज़्यादा कुछ करना नहीं चाहिए, we can make them ineffective later, right? So what happens is president again says number 2 is again an imaginary person, right? वो कहते हैं number 2, what's your opinion about it? The president asked the scientist on the committee. He was again a scientist. So number 2 replied that I recommend non-interference and passive observation. Since we do not know the power of senders of these spacecrafts and we are still in the dark about their intentions, it is wise not to reveal our existence. That's why number 2 said that we should just passively observe. मतलब हमें कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए, हमें सिर्फ उसके साथ हमें उनको observe करना चाहिए कि उनके पास है क्या, because उनको हमें अभी spacecraft की intentions नहीं पता, how powerful they are, we don't know. So number 2 का ये मानना था कि हमें passive observation करनी चाहिए. And he also added that if we destroy spaceships or render them ineffective, we might reveal our existence. So he just wanted us to, you know, observe it, right? Now moving on. So number 1 was the first person. Number 2, now comes number 3. Now president looked at number 3 who was a social scientist and you know क्या होता था, जो number 3 था वो कभी भी rarely agree करता था number 2 के साथ. वो कभी भी you know कहता नहीं था that yes number 2 is correct. But that was the rare occasion. मतलब इस time पे number 3 actually agreed with number 2. And let's see what he said. Number 3. I agree with number 2. This is what number 3 said. In fact, I will go so far as to say that we should keep our surface activities to the minimum. बहुत कम activities करनी चाहिए हमें, thus creating the impression that there is no life on this planet. Fortunately, our surface conditions give that impression. So that's what he said, right? So I hope that you are able to distinguish between like what number 1 said, what number 2 said and number 3. Before the president, अब president ने तीनों की बात सुन ली, before he could you know speak anything, right? He lifted the receiver and listened quietly. उसको एक phone call आती है president को. He after the minute he says that colleagues, he announced the first spacecraft has landed. That's where he announced कि जो first spacecraft था वो land हो चुका है. Now it was a red letter. Now the scene again changes. There comes another day. Now it was a red letter day in Tillu's life. What happens? वो एक red letter day क्यों होता है टिल्लू की लाइफ में? उसके father उसको basically वहाँ पर लेके जाते हैं अपने control room में where he used to work, right? He was very happy initially, but it turned out to be a red letter day, like you know, very bad and unrememberable day for him. Why? Let's see why. Tillu's father told him that they were only allowed to observe it from a distance. So what happened? Tillu के father ने उसको समझाया that हम एक distance से observe कर सकते हैं. We are not supposed to do anything to the the spacecrafts, right? But they could control all its parts and exercise its powers if it was up to any mischief. उसके father उसको समझाते हैं कि अगर spacecraft में से कोई भी mischief करता है, you know, we have that powers to take action over it, to take power, right? Like to exercise our power. But वैसे हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे, but we can just control it, right? He was explaining everything, and he was also listening very carefully. Look, it's up to something, Daddy. So everybody was glued to the TV screen that time. So उसने बोला, see, Father, that it is up to something, that spacecraft. Tillu suddenly noted some movement in the spacecraft, right? Others in the control room saw it too, because वो TV screen के सामने सारे gathered थे. Every man over there was gathered, right? All eyes were now glued to the TV screen. Glued to the TV screen मतलब everybody was just looking at the spacecraft, right? A mechanical hand, what happens right then is वो spacecraft में से एक mechanical hand निकलता है and was emerging from the spacecraft. That's what everybody saw, right? It was approaching the surface of the planet. It bent and touched the soil. What was it up to? Everybody was wondering कि क्या करना चाहता है mechanical hand. It was basically taking the samples of the soil, right? Now, people crowded towards the screen for a closer look, you know, everybody was so curious, वो और पास आ जाते हैं TV screen के. The telescopic lens of the TV camera zoomed into the tip of the mechanical hand. So basically what happened, everybody was noticing the movement of the mechanical hand, and you know, फिर वो उसको और zoom कर देते हैं कि वो हर एक उसके working को, हर एक जो भी movement हो रही है वो उसको recognize कर पाए. So they basically zoomed in that, right? So Tillu was staring at the control panel and its attractive buttons. What happened? वो जो TV screen थी उसके नीचे बहुत सारे buttons लगे हुए थे. Just imagine it, right? वो buttons बहुत ही ज़्यादा attractive थे. An irresistible desire got hold of him to press the most prominent buttons of all, the red one. What happened? उन buttons में से red उसको बहुत attract कर रहा था और उसको इतनी desire होगी कि ना वो अपने आप को control नहीं कर पाया कि you know उसका मन कर रहा था कि मैं जाकर दबा दूँ वो red button को, and that's what he did. Being a child, he could not control his desire और उसने जाके दबा दिया वो red button, right? He moved. What happened? उसके बाद एक shrill whistle हुई, मतलब बहुत sound आई. Tillu found himself the center of attention. What happened? He pressed the button. वहाँ पर you know एक आवाज़ सी आई, उसके बाद वो center of attraction बन गया टिल्लू, because he actually pressed it. उसके father ने उसको side पे करने की कोशिश की, उसके father ने, टिल्लू के father ने, you know, but that time you know उन्होंने क्या किया, उसको neutral position में कर दिया वो button को, but the damage was done. What was the damage, right? The mechanical hand from the spacecraft ceased to work. The damage was कि जैसे ही उसने वो button दबाया था टिल्लू ने, तो वो मैकेनिकल हैंड जो सॉइल के सैंपल्स ले रहा था वो काम करना बंद हो गया था. दिस वाज द डैमेज दैट दे आर रेफरिंग कि ये डैमेज हो गया था वहाँ पे, एंड इट वाज एक्चुअली मेड बाय द टाइम. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंड नेक्स्ट. Now, at a press conference, that's the end of it. उसके बाद end हो गया, right? Everybody was staring at Tillu. He was the center of attraction. So just keep that whole story in mind. If you will not imagine along with me, it will be difficult to understand this story, okay? So at a press conference held by NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, that is NASA, that is in USA, a scientist was briefing the world press. तो अब conference में उसने world press को brief किया, और इसमें इस paragraph ने उसमें बताया कि what happened. Everything has been going smoothly with the Viking mission. There is a small hitch. The mechanical hand which was sticked out to the Martian surface for soil examination has developed a malfunction, which means it has stopped, right? We don't know the cause, but our technicians are confident that they'll sort it out. So this was the first reaction towards it कि ना वो बंद हो गया and it was not working, right? And shortly afterwards, there was another press conference, press release that was again released by NASA. So, अब उस release में क्या था? The mechanical hand is working again thanks to the efforts of technicians, which means that it was restored, right? Soil samples are being collected and examined. Soon we will know the answer to the question whether there is life on Mars or not. Well, let's move on. Life on Mars. What happens next is, that's where our chapter ends. Life on Mars. Of all the planets in our solar system, Mars' nearest location and physical conditions to our Earth, this is what we all know about. So the scientists behind the Viking mission were hopeful of finding life on Mars. So I hope that you know something about this Viking mission, right? But they were in fact disappointed. The Viking mission found no signs of life on Mars. So Viking mission was basically a mission in which Viking 1 and Viking 2 ये दो spacecrafts थे जो कि नासा ने लॉन्च किए थे और उसका मिशन बेसिकली ये था कि सॉइल सैंपल्स वो कलेक्ट करे मार्शियन सरफेस के. मार्शियन सरफेस की क्यों कलेक्ट करे? सो दैट यू नो दे कुड डिस्कवर वेदर देयर इज लाइफ ऑन मार्स और नॉट. बट टिल now there is no such evidence about it. So I hope that you can relate this chapter with that. So what happens, this is where our chapter ends, right? But the writer of this chapter, Jayant Narlikar, वो हमें यहाँ पर इस point के साथ छोड़ते हैं. You know, it's up to your imagination. What do you think? Where Tillu and his father and his whole family was living? Whether it was Mars or was it some other planet? So this is up to your own imagination. What you think about it, right? And you can also tell me what you think about the story, that how the thing was like whether he was living on Mars or what was the planets. That is up to your own imagination. I hope that this is clear to you guys. Now we'll be moving on to the question answers of this chapter, and let's begin. How does Tillu manage to find his way to the forbidden passage? So while his father was sleeping one day, he had siesta at his home, and while he slept, he managed to take his identity card and move through that forbidden passage, right? That's how it happened. Moving on to the next question, what did Tillu hope to see once he emerged from his underground home? So one day Tillu hoped to see the suns or the stars, right? If sun, like if it was day, stars if it was the night time. He imagined and he always wanted to see them, right? Moving on to the next question, why did Tillu's father advise him not to try to reach the surface of the planet? Tillu's father strictly advised him not to go there because, you know, in that kind of temperature, the air was also thin. It was very difficult to breathe. So he could even die of the low temperature over there. That's why his father stopped him from going to the surface of the planet. Alright, the next question is, what changes had occurred which forced people to live in underground homes? So changes were again in the sun, like the temperature of the sun, and there was changes. There were little changes in the sun, but those changes were very much for, you know, in order that the animals also became extinct, the birds also became extinct, the temperature also dropped down so much, right? So these were the changes that, you know, forced the people to shift to underground, right? Moving on to the next question, why was everyone in the control room greatly excited? Everyone in the control room was greatly excited because two spacecrafts were approaching them, that their planet was being approached by the two spacecraft. That's why they were excited. Okay, the next question is, was the spacecraft manned or unmanned? How do you know it? We actually know by reading the text and, you know, going through the whole story, we know that it was unmanned. It was not manned, right? It was unmanned because we can, you know, prove this by when we see that a mechanical hand was coming out of it. There was no man in it. It was just unmanned, right? A mechanical hand came up to take the samples of the soil. So that's how we know that the spacecraft was unmanned. Okay. The next question is, what did number 1 and number 2 suggest should be done about the alien spacecraft? So I hope you guys remember the lesson, and in the lesson also we discussed that the number 1, you know, suggested that what were we going to do? We are so powerful, let us wait for them to arrive, the spacecrafts to arrive, and we will you know, make them ineffective right when they are here. But number 2 said that, you know, we are not aware about how much powerful they are, and we should not reveal our existence. So we should not make them ineffective. We should just wait and watch. This is what number 2 suggested. So these were 2 suggestions of number 1 and number 2. Right? Moving on to the next question. What do you think the mechanical hand was trying to do? The mechanical hand was trying to take samples of the soil, like from the Martian surface, in order to study that whether there is life on Mars or not. The next question is, so Tillu pressed the red button, and what was the damage? Here the damage was that the mechanical hand had stopped working already. Right when he pressed the red button, the mechanical hand stopped working. So this is what the damage is being referred to. Right? The next question is, where had the spacecraft come from? The spacecraft had come from Earth, like it was sent by NASA, that is in US. Right? So the next and the last question is, on which planet do Tillu and his parents live? So the name of the planet is not specified here, but we know that they used to live on such kind of a planet on the surface of which life was impossible. The conditions over there were very harsh, the temperature was so low, the animals and the plants were also extinct and they could not survive on the surface. So that's why they started living underground. So that's it for this chapter. I hope that the chapter as well as question answers are clear to you guys. This is Chetna signing off. Bye.